Hi, everyone. And everyone knows my name, Mr. Marty Rathbun, former number two guy in the Church of Scientology. I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm nothing without my fans. And now I want to talk about fishing. Okay? I was watching the Blown for Good channel earlier today, and Mark Headley said that he was fishing, and I am outraged that I didn't get an invite to go fishing with him. Okay? So, you know what I mean? So that's troubling. That's disturbing. Okay? You think that the number two man can get a call back from someone. Randy won't call me back. Okay. Levin Smith won't call me back. Okay. These people are mad and jealous of me, Mr. Marty Rathbun. See, that's what jealousy will do. You're jealous of someone, so you won't call them back because you're jealous of their success. They're jealous that I was the former number two man. None of those people that I had mentioned were number two in anything. Okay, so I think we can conclude immediately that I'm right and they're wrong. I'm good and they're bad. Okay, so we should be responsible and respectful when we talk about me, number two man. Okay, so and these are facts we're shooting out. So I thank you guys for being here. I thank you guys for respecting, honoring, and obeying the number two man. All right, so let's just settle down here and have a little coffee. It's still morning here in my neck of the woods. How's everyone doing? How's your morning going? Okay, and like I said, we're going to be talking about fishing and why I wasn't invited and why I should be invited. Okay, so these are facts from me, the number two man. I used to be the number two man. If it was up to me, I'd still be number two. But people that make those decisions, they think they're smarter than me. They think they're better than me. They're wrong. Wrong on all fronts. St. Nance, thank you for respecting the number two man. Gonna drink a little coffee here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Without your support, I am nothing. Hey Dave, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, Nancy. Hope you guys have some coffee. We're not gonna be too long. We just yeah, definitely. We just want to come on and like I said, I'm outraged that like I said, I was listening to Blown for Good podcast this morning. Mark Headley had the nerve to say he went fishing. I didn't receive an invite. I don't think you guys received an invite. So he should try to be responsible and respectful. And Render won't tell me what he's up to. Okay, so these are facts we're shooting out. Mosey's mad at me. Right, Dave. Yeah, same here. You know what I mean? And then you finally contact these people, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what happened." Blah. You know exactly what happened. You're just jealous of the number. Not you guys. They're just jealous of the former number two man in the whole Church of Scientology. No one was able to raise to the status. No one that was any good. You had bottom feeders like Tommy Davis lasted about a day or a week or whatever it was. He went nuts every time when he was on Candle. Maybe Meanwhile, I was cool as a cucumber. Okay, so and I was the guy that had to fix Render's blunders. So he's usually hiding under his desk or asking me for advice because he was, he wasn't capable of making a decision. Thank you, Nancy. So that's the facts of the case, and that's their problem. Let's not make that them guys. Let's not make that a me problem. Okay, because I got enough problems at the home front, and once again, I had to make my own coffee. I'm not really good at it, but I am a man, so and like I said, Mark Headley on his podcast. I don't even know I watched. I don't even know why I watched that podcast. It was stupid, but he said he was going fishing with his family, and I wasn't invited, folks, and it's just outrageous. I had to just turn the TV off, click the channel, turn the channel. I had to get up and move the channel dial, and he should have invited me. Hey, Fat Grammy, how you doing? Morning. Yeah, we're having coffee over here too. Hope you guys have your coffee. Like I said, for anyone just joining us, Mark Headley uploaded a podcast. I don't know why I watched it. Never again. He said he was fishing, and meanwhile, I didn't receive an invite, so it's troubling. It's disturbing. Perth, how you doing? Perth, thanks for joining us. So, people should be responsible when they put stuff on the internet saying they're going fishing without inviting me. They know I like to go fishing. They know Rinder won't return my calls. They know I'm having domestic problems with the wife. She's not doing her wifely duties, as everyone knows. And since I can't, I'm unemployable because of the church and their games, playing their games, contacting everyone where I try to, so it is shocking. And for a while there, I was buying and selling used goods. And, I try to do that, but that's, they got involved with that too. Yeah, I hear that, Grammy. Yeah. So I'm reduced to a shell of a man that I was. I never had to do menial tasks when I was in that church. When I was in that church, we had people to mow the lawn. They had people to press my uniforms. And now I have to do all that stuff, folks, especially. And you would think that my wife would be helping out with some of the stuff, but she won't. She refuses. I know, right? She refuses. She refuses to listen to, honor, and obey her wife. And it's disturbing. You know what I mean? Because, we, I thought I made it crystal clear that was her job, was to satisfy and stand by her man, and she refuses. A complete refusal. So, I told her she's got to change her ways. And, she doesn't even want to be in the same room as me. Usually she, you know what I mean? When I enter a room, it's just nothing but insults. It's nothing like, oh, you disgust me. Get out of my sight, you SOB. And I don't think that's right. I don't think it's proper for a lady to talk like that, especially to her man that she was supposed to honor, listen to, and obey his every command and every demand, folks. So, it's not right. And there's going to be some major operational changes in the Rathbun household, folks. So, how's everyone doing today? Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate respecting the number 2 man. It's number 2 in the church for over 33 years. I still consider myself a number 2 man to this day, folks, because I should be still in that church, folks. Yeah, Dave, I agree. I'll post that comment. It's a good comment from Dave. That we should auction her off and use the proceeds for an epic fishing trip. I agree, because, and she's not thankful that, we gave women the right to vote, and we could take that away too. I'm running for public office, in the next term, and I hope you guys support my 50 cent a gallon gas tax. We have to do it because the city's broke, and it's the best thing for the city. It's the best thing for America, and that's why we have to do it. And we're hoping to get the gas tax enacted in all of America and then the rest of the whole world. And the tax revenue is needed. Okay, so these are facts that we're shooting out. Appreciate your support. Your help and support goes a long way to getting us that gas tax, getting us to the finish line. Okay. And Monique said she won't help me with the campaign. So it's troubling. It's disturbing. So, she should try to be respectful. This wasn't how things were supposed to end up when I left that church. I left on my own free will. I tried to go back. David said he doesn't want me anywhere near that church. So it's troubling that I'm not let back in. And they're not getting things done. They're about to lose. The church, in my opinion, is about to lose the tax-exempt status that I, Marty Rathbun, former number 2 man, got for them in 1992. It took me almost 10 years of nothing but hard work and dedication on my part. David took credit for it, even though he didn't do it. Mike Rinder even tried to take partial credit, even though he was hiding under his desk for almost 10 years. And I was the one. I was the man. I did it. I made the government give us tax exempt status, and now because I'm gone, they're on the verge of losing it. Okay, and you guys, there's all kinds of protests. Okay, do you think there'd be protests back in my day? I'd nip that in the bud. Okay. Yeah, Martha. Well, if you would call me back, Martha's asked question: can you get David to take back Mr. Mike Rinder? Well, um, you know, he Rinder. Okay, we won't even call him Mister. We'll call him Rinder. Well, barely is, and he won't call me back. I left several messages on his answering machine. He won't. I know he's getting the messages. He won't call me back. I've tried to call David back. I cannot get through directly. I can't get through to even David's secretary. I have to contact David's secretary, and I don't think that's fair. And I still don't even get a call back from her, even though I did get her a cup of coffee, which goes against my religion. But I just wanted to get some information from her. She still didn't come through. So yeah, I hear you, Dave. I hear you. Yeah, I should try to fax it, or I'm not really great with that technology, the fax machine. So we do the snail mail through the U.S. Post Office, and we got the rotary phone that we use to contact him, and he still doesn't have the courtesy to contact me back. I can't work a telex anymore, and Martha, it's a great idea though. Maybe we'll try to take some lessons in the telex. And I appreciate your efforts, folks. You guys are standing by me, and more than Monique. And like I said, Mark Headley, he went fishing. He boasted about it on his Crummy channel, and meanwhile, he doesn't understand the hurt I have in my heart because I didn't get an invite. Either he doesn't understand, or he just flat out doesn't care and doesn't respect me. Okay, and I know I punched him back in the old days, but that he's got to let that go. I was doing what I had to do. Right. So like I said, my life is a shell of what it used to be or what it could be, and I'm not going to stop, folks, until I get the respect that I'm deserved, and not till then. Okay, let's have a sip of our coffee, folks. Oh, Perth. Oh, yeah. So, oh shoot, what happened? Um, Shoot, what happened? I'm not good at this technology, folks. Hold on. Okay, so telex. I only vaguely understand myself. Sounds like something similar to a fax machine. Could be wrong on that. They seem pretty complicated to use, and it seems like they don't really use them much anymore from the information I received and from reports I've gathered. But if we could figure out, because did you guys know Mike Rinder, when he joined the Sea Org, that was his job, was to operate the telex machine when he started. And, we moved up through the ranks. And when I started, okay, this was back in the 70s, I was actually the one that, I was the one purchasing like the paint and the chairs and the drywall, basically everything to make a building. When we purchased new buildings back then, they were new. Now they're kind of getting older. So I had direct communication with Mr. LRH Ron, and so that's a lot more than most people. I rose a lot farther than most people So Dave, I think the Morse code's a good deal. We should bring that back, and or even the carrier pigeons, absolutely. But so no one knows more about this church than I do. I'm not allowed back. I'm not happy about it. I appreciate your support, everyone. Because when we talk about justice in America, I'm the one that needs justice. I should be let back in that church. I should be allowed to come and go as I please. And it's just not happening. And especially, why should I stay home with the wife if she's not going to obey my commands and demands? It's just, there's no reason to do it. Okay. So we're not going to let that happen. And like I said, if I was in that church, if I was still the number 2 man, do you think we'd have almost 200 hate channels against the church? Okay. I don't think so, folks. Okay. I would have nipped that in the bud one by one. And the church has become weak. The church doesn't have the courage to address those issues. Okay. So, and these are real issues. Yeah, I like the ham. I don't know much about them, but I like the idea of the ham radios. But these are good ideas you guys are shooting out, and yep. Yeah, that's fine. So we got people thinking along the same lines, and that's good because we need all the excuse me, folks. Sorry about that. We need all the good ideas we could gather up. Okay, so I need to get back in that church. Thank you very much. I need to get back in that church because Mosey's not taking care of me. So I'm sick of mowing the lawn. Thank you very much. I'm sick of mowing the lawn, folks. I shouldn't have to be a peasant and mow my own lawn. Shouldn't have to be a peasant and make my own coffee. Okay, we have people in the church to do all these things. Thanks, Nance. Appreciate your support. And until I get the respect that I demand, I'll be coming back on here every day, folks. We'll be on the streets, looking for scrap metal and anything I could resell. We'll be talking about how no one invites me fishing. Okay. And we'll be talking about the crimes of Mike Render, the crimes of Dave Miscavige. I know where the whats are buried, folks. So you know what I mean? So they should just settle down and give me everything I want. All right. So, and it's not acceptable to be treated like this, and until I get what I want, I will be singing like a choir boy. Okay. I'll be telling you any and all of Mike Render's lies. I'll be telling you guys any and all of Dave Miscavige's lies. Okay. So, see, Martha knows what's up. Martha advises telex was a step up from the telegraph and used telephone lines. One would type into a terminal and the text would print out on a big sheet of paper. And on the receiving end, used from the 1930s to 1990s until the fax. I didn't know that to that degree. Or I didn't know that pretty much. I only kind of loosely knew. Okay. Thanks, Perth. Because Perth knows that I'm not getting respected from the community. I'm not getting respected from the church. I agree with David. Learning is fun. You'll learn about my life. And how's everyone else doing today? I know I already asked. We got new people in the chat here. Okay. It's nice to see everyone, of course. And yeah. It's fun to be on. Okay. Like I said, I will be going on until I get the respect I asked for and demand. I know, Perth. I know, and one of the problems is David said that he doesn't want me anywhere near that church. He said he's going to call the police if I go anywhere near that church, and he sounded serious, but I don't think it's right. He's not my boss anymore. If I want to go near the church or try to go in, I'll do it, folks. You know what I mean? And these are facts. Well, it's Render's fault. I used to have to cover for him on a daily basis. And now that he doesn't have me at his beck and call to solve his problems, fix his mistakes, his life is also a shell of what it has been. So, and we could fix that church. Render and I, if he would call me back, all he has to do is call me back. We could have a conversation like grown-ups. We can go fishing like we used to, and thank you, Perth. Thank you. Appreciate your support. So these are facts we're shooting out. I'm not being respected, and see, Mosey hasn't come on here and checked on me once, as you guys can see. Okay, so like I said, I would have put an end to all these channels, these hate channels against Scientology. Yeah, he's not very grown up, that Render. I told him on one of my messages that I left on his answer machine, I had told him to move back to Australia. I said, you're never going to repair your reputation, especially after hiding like a field rat in the gutters and in the garbage. You won't be able to do it, folks. So you should go back to Australia. I even said, if you don't want to go back to Australia, you go back to London. He likes London, so and America's not a good place for him. Especially in Clearwater, he's in the mouth of the snake right there, and he doesn't. For someone that doesn't want to have anything to do with the church, to live in Clearwater is bizarre. Oh, sorry, Perth. He probably won't go anyways. He likes Clearwater. He likes to know what's going on. And that's another guy let's talk about all these criminals that live in Clearwater and they don't want nothing to do with the church. Levin Smith, Mark Bunker, and Mike Render. Isn't that something that they can't stay away. They can't stay away, folks. So, and I don't live in any of those. I don't live in Clearwater, so it's kind of a big journey. It's a pilgrimage for me to go to Clearwater and try to see David. Like I said, I was the one that got the tax exempt status, so I should be able to do what I want the rest of my life, the rest of my days. And I was pretty much used and abused and tossed out on my ear. Yeah, that's where he came from, Australia. So and we should check his citizenship because he probably doesn't even have the right to be in the USA, especially not Clearwater, folks. So, and these are facts, and I will do that research at the library, folks. Okay, so the one thing that most people don't realize is, okay, you could still get a microfiche machine at the library. You could use it. and oh, so they don't have the tax exempt status in England, right? That's good. That's a start. You know. Well, like I said, they're on the verge of losing tax exempt status in the U.S. here because they don't have a number two man to make sure even everything out and get everything going good like they should, like I did. I put out a lot of fires in that church, and they think they don't need me. They are mistaken. Their stats have been going down ever since I left. I still track that stuff, and like I said, these channels have to go. These hate channels, and that's a fact. Okay, we're shooting out facts once again. Hope everyone had fun at the waterfalls yesterday when I was there with you guys in Cass Park. If not, you can rewatch that. Because I think we're going to wrap up here. Try to get some more coffee and, see if Mosey will make me a sandwich. So far, that's been unsuccessful, as you guys know. But I appreciate everyone being here today. Hope everyone has a terrific day. Okay. And I'll see everyone good. Thanks, Martha. Yeah, it's old. I'll finish up with the microfiche stuff. Microfiche, I don't know if anyone is old like me, but the microfiche is before the internet. And it was actually right before the internet. So the government or whoever spent all this money on this thing called microfiche. It was basically all newspaper articles and anything you could archive on these almost like an overhead projector type machine on like plastic, something from like the Stone Age. It was right before the internet, so it was pretty much obsolete as soon as they rolled it out. But it was it was fun to. Yeah, it was like tape. It was like I said, almost like an overhead projector with like the film like that. And you put it on this little machine and you could barely read it's like a magnifying glass. It was a cross between an overhead projector and a huge magnifying glass. So, it really isn't something that you'd want to use. They used it from, well, see, I'm 45. So they used it. I was in elementary school and like middle school, right before the internet came out. It was like the new thing. And, I don't know about you guys, but I remember the field trips going down to the library to learn how to use the card catalog. So I don't accept this new technology, folks. So, if I stumble around, and that was one thing I was going to, clear sheets, with writing on them. Basically like an overhead projector, like I said, with a like magnifying glass or whatever, It was kind of, not really something you'd want to use to, hey, Cricket, how you doing? No, we didn't have those. But now that the technology is obsolete, now I'm more interested in it. And, and I haven't collected one of those yet. They're probably expensive, but, yeah, Dave's got it. It was kind of like slides, but in a tape roll. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I used one. I don't think I ever used one. I think they had the demonstration when I was in either elementary school or grade school, like I said, before the internet. And they said, oh, you could read the newspaper on this or look at old articles or whatever they said. Oh, Dave knows a lot more than I do about it. Dave says one roll could hold 1,000 or more pages. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know the specs. Like I said, I was, I just thought it was, being a kid back then before the internet and then getting the internet like that. And then the first 10 years of the internet wasn't impressive. And then as soon as everyone got the broadband, it was a whole new world. Everyone was buying stuff online. And there was a couple internet booms. Um, yeah, I know, Perth. Yeah, we are. It's hard to keep, at least for me. I'm trying to keep up because if you don't keep up with technology, you get left behind. But I'm trying to keep up a little bit with technology. So, so Dave says, a single roll of 35 millimeter film can hold up to 800. Wow, you know a lot about this stuff. 800 broadsheet newspaper. Okay. I guess where I live, and I haven't gone there yet. I want to, but I do. I guess they do at one of the libraries, the main one. They do have a room with one of the microfiches that I think you could still use. So I'd like to use that before it, becomes in a museum or something. That's cool, Perth. Yep. Martha says Perth. It was how stuff was stored before the internet and digitalization, like on film rolls. And like I said, as a looking back at it, in my opinion, I mean, I was only a little kid, so I didn't absorb or remember everything, but it seemed like, excuse me, it seemed like I don't know who spends the money, the government or whoever, but it seems like millions and billions of dollars were spent on this technology, and as soon as it was fully developed, the internet came out and made it obsolete. But I could be wrong on that. Um, wow, your stepdad had one. Wow, I guess they were pretty expensive. I only remember being in public libraries and school libraries. But I love all the old technology now that I'm getting a little older. Could appreciate it more. And yeah. All right. Hope everyone has a great day. Maybe we'll see you later. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. I had a lot of fun, guys. Thank you. Bye now. Bye, everyone. Bye, David. Bye, Perth. Bye, Martha. Bye, everyone.